as a professional, when you are put in a place, in a podium, wherever, to execute that thing you have to execute it at the level, the very best of your professionalism.
But the role was celebrated that referee that day.
It is
that
not
the referee did not spoil the game by not giving that player chance to see. How come everybody start talking against him now?
Welcome back to EVO SPORTS. Rabat and Sundowns are demanding CAF should change the referee, Jean-Jacques Ndala, because of the AFCON final officiating. Wide discussion of the referee's reputation. Now, these two teams, Mamelodi Sundowns and Rabat as a team, they are calling for the removal of Jean-Jacques Ndala. They're supposed to be the center referee on the match that is coming up on the 17th of this month, their first leg, final first leg of CAF Champions League. So they are calling, they are appealing for CAF to change the referee, that they don't need him because of what transpired between the referee and in the AFCON final between Senegal and Morocco. Look at the mess of what the referee has done to himself. Albert, I'm starting with you. Is that the right thing to do? Because to me, what happened in that Nations Cup was visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. It's true. Even a blind man could see it, and even a deaf man could hear that what Jean-Jacques Ndala did wasn't good enough. So a blind man could see it, and a deaf man could hear it. So with the appeal they have made, do you think is the right way forward?
Yes, sir. Sometimes I'm so ashamed when African football administrators misbehave in such a way that is so questionable, putting Africa in a very bad light. Now look at the optics. January 18, 2026, the AFCON final.
Yeah.
This same referee, Jean-Jacques Ndala, because of his unawareness about CAF rules, CAF laws, he misconstrued certain rules and regulations as stipulated, 82, 84, whatsoever, and he made the match, a football match between Senegal and Morocco, a mess. Because if he was aware of the rules and regulations of that game, he would have altered and ended that game in a grand style, showing his level of professionalism. But he was oblivious of the fact. Now you see, this as well have raised a lot of issues from different football thoughts around the world. Was it that he was bribed? Was it that he's unaware of the rules? Because at this level, if a CAF badge referee do not know the rules and regulation that governs football at that level, it is very, very questionable. Jean-Jacques Ndala, the man from Congo DR, came and officiated and put Africa in the bad light. Now, with such a mistake, someone that officiated CAF Champions League final is not being incorporated in the 7 referees from African continent going to the World Cup. The same CAF took that same referee with such misdemeanors to officiate the final of CAF Champions League between Mamelodi Sundowns and Rabat. Is that not a shame? Is that not a mess to African football? It's a big mess. Why wouldn't have other nations, other continents in the world look Africa as a joke? Because this is just a joke. You get what I'm trying to say? Now, the two teams now have started protesting, have started contesting that they don't want that referee. It's a big shame to the organizer, to the CAF and the organizing committee to bring out someone like Ndala to come and officiate this match. It is completely wrong. It's completely absurd. It's not supposed to be like that. You get the picture. If it actually did well, Gani Infantino was on the stand that day. Gani Infantino was even criticizing Senegal for walking off the pitch. But the same Gani Infantino, looking at the World Cup structure, did not incorporate because whatever thing that has to do with the World Cup, the CAF, the FIFA president have to check all various departments. If you bring in delegate from a delegate, the thing have to pass through his table. You have to see stamp duty them before they can actually give invitation to these people. The same man did not accepted the non-invitation of Ndala because of his malperformance in the AFCON final. Yet CAF, with its body, still assign him to officiate the match.
And Patrick Mosembe is aware of that.
You understand what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So it's just so bad. It's so demeaning. Sometimes when things like this come up, it makes me ashamed. It makes me look very sad. There are other competent referees there. You understand? The Tom Abongile is there.
No, Abongile cannot officiate the game. That
Yeah. So pardon me for that. A lot of referees are there.
That referee from is it not Sudan, Somalia?
No.
He's going to officiate the second leg.
Okay.
Some other referees too. I've forgotten the name of this referee from Tunisia and Oja.
Tunisia can't officiate anything.
Okay, yes, Morocco. Yes. Okay, yes, that's true though. But it's so bad.
There are some other referees that
that can actually officiate that match. But it's so bad that Ndala is still the one giving the nod to come and officiate such match. Now the both team now they are protesting against Ndala. Now you remember one incident, one of the most heralded incident in the UEFA Champions League final, in which one referee Tom Henning Ovribo messed up the match against Barcelona and Chelsea, in which Michael Ballack was even pushing him, couldn't issue a card. But after that match that day, the referee vanished from the world of football. You get what I'm trying to say? So now, if somebody like Ndala should do this, he's supposed to face a level of suspension, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years suspension for causing such incident on that very final day. But now, we've seen him being endorsed to officiate the match. Now the two teams now are saying we don't want such referee.
Let me help you a little, Rabat. We have a referee like Dahane Beida from Mauritania. We have Pierre Acho from Gabon. Omar Aton from Somalia.
Yes. One of those referees, yes, because these are the 7 referees that are going to the World Cup. They would have delegated. So now it's still a question. We must raise another question. Is it that CAF they are playing a kind of politics in this game? They are valuing this man more than even to the extent that they have heard they are still endorsing him to officiate the match. So a lot of things about African football, it really need to be checkmate and put into the right perspective.
Jane, Jack, Ndala, and Gambo. The players protested that they don't need him, both from the side of the Sundowns and from side of Rabat. They don't want him as the center referee.
Well, there's an angle I'm coming from. There's something that Rabat said, but which I want to disagree with some of them. One of the things is that referee knows the rule. Not that the referee does not know the rule. The referee knows the rule in that final. Something transpired, but before I go into that, before this referee issue in that AFCON final, this referee has handled 2023 African Football League final, between Sundowns and Wydad AC in Pretoria.
Was there any controversy?
No controversy. He has handled 2023 CAF Confederation Cup final between Young African SC and Algeria and USM Alger. He has handled 2021 CAF Super Cup, between Al Ahly and Raja Casablanca in Qatar. Then he also handled them before handling he has also handled African Cup of Nations knockout game 2024 between South Africa and Ivory Coast. No issue. Then the experience, he has handled both 2019, 2022, then 2022 FIFA World Cup. I think high pressure group stage. Yes, I think, and a whole lot of games.
Then how come he didn't implement the rules in that particular final?
Let me explain to you. Why I said that referee knows the rule, but where I have a problem with our administrators in Africa. Why I have that problem is, first of all, when those players left the pitch, this referee knows quite all right that this is the rules. The referee wanted to issue out red card and yellow card he wanted to issue out yellow card to all the players that left that pitch. While those players were coming back to the pitch, according to the referee, according to what is in court right now, the case, not once, not twice, the referee has reviewed and it has been confirmed that somebody called
the referee himself reviewed.
Yes, the referee reviewed, and every other official to review that somebody called the referee.
Who is that
person? Which is part of the chairman of the referee committee in Africa. Are you getting my point now? They called the referee to tell the referee not to issue out cards to the players. Why? Because they were scared that Infantino was there live, so they did not want to spoil, and they were scared that the whole world was watching the game at that moment, so they did not want to spoil the game. So now, do you know that as it stands, so the referee wanted to do the right thing as a referee, but some higher authority interfered to the referee's decision. So interfering, that is what I'm coming to now. It has affected the referee. Referee did not behave the way he should have behaved, because the whole power was not given to him at that particular moment. If it was left for the referee would have given the card. Then maybe by now we would have forgotten that they played Nations Cup. Mind you, in as much as I do not agree with the most of these decisions in that game, even before that scene, because even the Senegalese goal that scored there before the extra time, all of those, so there were a whole lot of controversies in that game. But if not that the Senegalese walked out of that pitch, and if not that the Senegalese won that call, by now I'm not sure that referee will have been paying for this. That is one. Now Infantino was there, Patrice Motsepe was there, even though they don't have full power to decide what will happen there. But if some certain group of people or authority or the committee call the referee that don't spoil this game like this, because they believe that if he has done that, that means he has spoiled the game at that moment. Now after the game,
well, that would have been the best thing he would have done.
That would have been the best thing he would have done there. So now nobody said anything. After they give the Senegalese the people trophy, the players trophy, after a while Morocco have to go and petition CAF. Now after petitioning CAF now come back to begin to interpret rules to now. If that referee was truly at fault in everything, they will have sanctioned that referee, they will have banned that. But now the same people that protected the referee, that issue out decision making to the referee, are the same people still giving him job, because if the referee has disobeyed those people, they will not give him job anymore. So that is why now as the Moroccan side are filing petition, Sundowns are filing petition, CAF, as at now that we are talking now, CAF still insists that referee must undo that game. Why? Because they know quite well that what happened in that final was their own fault. So now where I have issues with African administrators is, if in Europe, if somebody makes mistake, you must pay for that your mistake. In Africa, I barely see or barely hear where people resign because their nation did not qualify for World Cup. I barely see or hear in Africa where FA chairmans, where ministers, where CAF president or CAF committee chairman or member have to resign for the fact that okay, we did not do well in my career or so, or maybe no, I'm supposed to deliver this thing to the world, but because I did not deliver well, you don't need to sack me, I resign, let another person who can do the job take over this. I barely see. Now in the game between Nigeria and Morocco, the Ghanaian referee that what's his name, that officiated that game, after the whole controversies in that game, this man went back to Ghana. He was entertained, he was welcomed back in the airport, he was celebrated. Later, the first interview this man granted, this man said he was nervous in that game. If a referee could confess that he was very nervous in the game while officiating a whole match of Nigeria versus Morocco, you cost the whole nation, you cost the whole nation, you cost them history, you cost them everything they are putting, all the effort they are putting because of your own mistake. Now CAF, I've not heard that CAF find that referee. I've not heard that CAF suspend that referee. In Europe, if you make such kind of mistakes to the extent of admitting or voicing it out that you were nervous, you were nervous in your job that they give you to do. So if you are a doctor and you were nervous, you have to kill the patient. Yeah, if you are a policeman or a military man and you say you were nervous, you just fired a gun to an innocent civilian. You just kill that person like that, and the government will have to leave you. So that means in next time you should continue to be nervous. Then why were you there? Why did they have to give you the job? So that is where my problem lies, because I feel that if you officiate a game wrongly in Africa, whether CAF Champions League, any league game, you are supposed to be banned or be sanctioned, so that if they sanction you next time, if you want to handle a game again, you know that this is a game of mistake. So therefore you limit your mistake and be very careful. If you are a driver and your boss want to employ you, or somebody or a big man or a company want to employ you, and you say you are nervous, and then sometimes you get nervous when you are driving some big bosses, are they going to allow you to handle the car? No. Even though they know that accident can happen, but when they are employing you, they want you to be perfect, they want you to be very, very careful, because any of your mistake can cost the life of the people you are carrying. So now the referee, I want to agree that the referee knows this rule, but because he has publicly admitted and the officials admitted that yes, there was a phone call towards that time. I had to Motsepe was there, Infantino was there, nobody said anything. Other CAF committee was there when the referee took the decision and received that call, and without giving those players yellow card. That was why when Mendy came back as a goalkeeper, it was only Mendy that he gave a yellow card, because the referee was telling Abongile then that he wants to cancel this man, he wants to to award the winning this and that, but then the call kept on coming, which I know that the referee would not be happy with that. So because these people lure that referee into that, now the referee is paying for it, because for Infantino not to pick Ndala to go to the World Cup, this is the first time in a few years it's going to be happening, because every referee that has officiated the finals have been going to the next World Cup, because it's one of the testament that you officiate a game very well, because you officiating the biggest match, just like they are playing Sundowns and Rabat game now, is the biggest match on the continent as far as this season is concerned. So the best referees have to handle the game. So that is why I disagree that this referee knows very well that this is the rule, but some influential people in the CAF committee influence the decision, but now the referee is paying for it dearly.
So, but Chima, the person that called, doesn't the person have a name?
That is what I'm telling you. The person has a name. He's one of the chairmen of the
and the name has not been mentioned.
It has been mentioned. I've forgotten his name. I get it. So now
where is the person from? Is he
I think he's from either from Congo or I've forgotten. It's in my book. If I have to go to, it's either from he's a black. You understand? I think either from Congo or from Senegal or something. I've forgotten.
But is he from Congo? Is his brother?
What I'm saying is that by now I should have been hearing that man have resigned or they have sanctioned, because if you, even though you are the president of the referee association in Africa, if you have to put up that call, what was the motive behind that call? You know, I'm not supporting what Senegal did. I'm not supporting what Morocco did, but the referee should be given power to handle the game. If they did not handle the game well, they should pay for it dearly without any interference, so that they will know that no, you handle the game. This was your decision, so that you are not capable of handling. Not you interfering, calling the referee not to take the rightful decision, not to implement the law. The same rule that you are using to judge against Senegal now, was it Senegal fault that the referee did not issue out card? No. So that was for me, that they set up this referee. And now, in my own opinion, what Rabat and Sundowns have done is very right, because Sundowns would have accepted, but Rabat wrote the petition first. After writing the petition, Sundowns so have to accept that, okay, if we allow this referee to another person can call this referee to during the game, another person can call this referee to and say that goal against Sundowns counting or allow the goal. So that means if they can call the referee to influence him, they don't also want him. And now they are setting up the referee for the second time, because in my own opinion, I feel like they should have not given this referee this match to officiate, because the case is still in court. They are still judging this case and the referee is not saved yet. That controversy is still in his head. Now you giving him another important game again to handle again. You are setting this man's career up, because after this game, this man's career might be down the drain right now, because his head is still full with so many trauma of the AFCON. His name has been tarnished. So why are you giving him another match to handle when the case have not been handled right now? So you should have appointed another referee, not setting him up again right now he's under pressure to officiate this game, because whatever thing that happens in Pretoria right now, if the referee make any mistake that would have been natural, normal for any other referee, they are going to tag him that say, after all, we ask you to change this referee, you not change. So now they will be looking for his mistake. So any mistake that Ndala will make in that CAF Champions League final now is going to be used against him again.
Albert, AS FAR Rabat protested that you change the referee. Likewise, Mamelodi Sundowns. And CAF insisted that the referee is the one that will be officiate the match. What do you think that the referee should do concerning the problem he's facing already, and now this one that they are pressurizing him to do?
Kema, I don't like minding word. And you see, there are things that have to do with technicality, logic, coherent sense, and some has to do with wisdom. You know, wisdom only comes from God.
Yeah.
It is only when you seek for knowledge, you seek for knowledge. It is left for you. See, when you give somebody food, you give somebody food every day, it means you are feeding the person.
Yeah.
So if you give the person water every day, does it mean you are watering him?
No.
There's nothing like that. You get what I'm trying to say? Now he said, let's look at technically and logically. You said they made a phone call, right? He wanted to give yellow card. He wanted in quotes to give yellow card, but there was a call. And I maintain, I am Albertis Rejuno, I maintain he doesn't know the rules. Whatever thing you know, as a level of, as a professional, when you are put in a place, in a podium, wherever, to execute that thing you know, you have to execute it at the level, the very best of your professionalism.
That's not true in Africa.
No, look at I spoke. Listen,
No,
in my first testament I talk about politics. Leave that one aside. In my earlier stage I talk about politics.
If you were in the shoe self, you will dance to your
I will not.
Everybody is not the same.
I will never.
There are some
I will not. I'm a son of a soldier. I will not. Instead of me to dance to the tune, I will not take the job.
Even you that day, what that referee did, everybody supported him that day.
Nobody supported him. I did not.
Red card and yellow
No,
card.
no. I said
that day before the whole issue came out.
Before the issue came out, where I was 14, it was in that penalty. I said that wasn't supposed to be a penalty. Before the Senegalese walked off the pitch, when they came back, it is not in my position to tell the referee.
But the whole world celebrated that referee that day.
It is
that
not
the referee did not spoil the game by not giving that red card to those players. How come everybody start talking against him now?
No, definitely. That's from onset.
But in Africa, people give you job.
But Jima, in our previous podcast concerning this referee, you didn't support the referee in the
Of course. But I'm telling you that when an higher authority calls you, imagine Patrice Motsepe give you a job to do, and Patrice Motsepe call you right in his phone and tell you don't do this. You're telling me that you will do that.
But it's wrong. That's not the right thing.
That the man that
Mr. Kemal,
you
asking me a question. Listen, right? We are humans and we are configured differently. We have different level of training. Infantino is there, Motsepe is there. It is not a military barrack. This is football. Now, at its level of professionalism, right? And you know that what you are going to do is going to jeopardize your career and as well as Africa at large. You wouldn't have taken that job. Now, why I maintain that he doesn't know his job is this. He doesn't know the rule is this. Now, over time I used to talk about coaches and referee, African coach and referee, traveling, having training over. Yes, seminars. You learn, unlearn, and relearn every time because you can't know it all. Now, if he knows the rule that walking out of the pitch for 15 minutes, 3 points should be considered to the opponent. Now, how many minutes did Senegalese stayed outside? I think so. Now, when they were coming outside, as he spoke, he wanted to give a card. He now received the call. Who was the person that gave that call? What is the case right now in the court? Now, I earlier spoke in quotes about political coverage in Africa, so to speak. But that do not undermine the fact that if that referee had known the rules and he stood by the rules, he would have become an African hero. Right? He would have become an African hero. He will be heralded. He will be taught in school years after he has passed on.
They will relieve him of his duty.
It doesn't mean anything. You know why? If they relieve him of his duty, he has become a sung hero. For him to know the rules and execute the job, irregardless of the pressure, can Infantino go and influence a white referee? No. You see the disadvantage now because of the color of the skin. Right? Now the same Infantino that as well disparaged him, spoke negative about him, did not incorporate him in the World Cup list. That is to say, if he had stood his ground and said no, he would have endorsed him that this man knows the rules of the game. He would have known that this man cannot in any way be bent, be flexible for things that are negative. And that's one thing. Having the right mentality does. You may come under critics by people that are ruling you, but they will know that this guy is the right man for the job. It may take a little while, but they will call you. Because if they actually stop him, ban him for standing by the rules, after a few weeks or months in the court, they might still call him back. And trust me, when they call him back, he will stand high on the podium because he knew the rule and he executed the rule professionally without going down to any political oppression or whatsoever phone call that came in. That's why I maintain he knows the rule. Perhaps he may know the rule, but did he execute it? No. So when you don't execute that thing you know, at that point in time, in a match like that, in a CAF, in a AFCON final, bros, they play continental, Europa Nations League, many countries, Oceania, they play theirs. Why will Africa be in this light? So why I maintain that he doesn't know the rules? He would have executed the rules that he know. So if you don't execute that rule, you know, as a CAF bash referee, to me, you don't know the rule.
See, let me tell you something. Yeah. I want to ask a simple question. If you are telling me, in as much as I agree that there are many situations where you can stand your ground and say no, but you and I know that in this Africa, where one, to get job is very difficult. Two, in many situations the leaders are the one that controls things that happen. Before these referees get jobs, before they get jobs to that level, you know how they get to that level. You are speaking because you are sitting down.
That is why Africa is where they are. That's why Africa where you are.
You are speaking here because you are not in issue. I'm not saying what he did is okay. Are you getting my don't get? But I'm telling you the situation that man find himself at that moment. He was oppressed or he was persuaded. Now, if okay, did Mosepe knows the rules? I want to ask, did he know the rules?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't work
okay,
with Mosepe.
the CAF know the rule?
Yes, they do know it.
Okay, when Senegalese players walked out and when they came back, when the referee did not give them a look at, and after winning the cup, who handed the cup over to Senegal?
The person handed over the cup
when
over to Senegal was Patrick Mosepe.
Okay, when the CAF was handling when they were handing the cup to the Senegalese, didn't they know the rule? Who set the rules? Was it not CAF? But the
match has already ended.
That is what I'm telling you. As it has ended there, okay, now I'm going somewhere. As it has ended, to tell you that my point, I still remain to tell that it is the administrators who are supposed to be held to it. So as far as they confirmed that there was a phone call and that man accepted, that was why they are protecting this referee and insisting that this referee must, because they know that somebody influenced him. So I am saying that that man that influenced this referee is the one that's supposed to have paid dearly for any punishment this referee is supposed to take. Now they know the rule. They set the rule. Now a match ended. Truly, if the match ended, you are not supposed to come back again and collect the cup from Senegal. Now after match ended, you that set the rule, you that say in route 82 and 94, if this happen, you were there when it happened. You did not talk. After the match ended, you gave the trophy to Senegal. You write the check. After writing the check to Senegal, everything. After 3 months, the other nation now come up and say no, this is not the rule of the game. You now went back again and say you want to collect the cup from the Senegal to give back to Morocco. Now the Senegal say no. Look at what the referee officiated. Now the referee is saying that somebody called that is what another. Why is it not happening like that?
Let me ask you one question, Chima. What CAF did, was that the right thing for them to
that
do?
Is what I'm telling you, that is not the right thing to do. So now that is what I'm asking.
I
should be asking you.
No, because I key with what Rabat said. There's no way on earth that Jean-Jacques Ndala, that was a central referee, knows the rule very, very well and he did not implement it.
See,
are you telling me that in Africa that there will be no referee that would have had that call and will refuse to implement?
In Africa, they can't try it. Well, let me tell you something.
Everybody is not configured. Everybody is not configured. If it was a North African referee.
Wait, let me tell you something. In front of them there. See, you are not going to the meeting with these people.
Chima,
this is where these people make their money.
Chima, do you know this referee they call Lim Kim Chong from Mauritius?
So what happened to him?
If it was somebody like Lim Kim Chong,
if it was, has it happened to him and he rejected?
No, I'm only telling you.
No. Has it happened to him and he rejected? I want to know. Because it's easier to speak. But when you find yourself in the same situation,
do you know Peliga Colina?
Yes.
Do you know if Peliga Colina was the center referee? Would that thing have happened?
Would that thing have happened?
Yes.
Has it happened to him and he rejected?
Do you know Peliga Colina, the goal against Nigeria against Argentina, the third goal that Amunike scored, he was told that goal was an offside. But because he knew the rule, he told them that the ball was in flight before Amunike tapped it. He ran in and tapped the goal.
That one is a different scenario.
But you see the same thing.
No. See, Jack Ndala has been handling matches. If you don't know, he has handled CAF Champions League final.
But now the players are protesting.
He has taken why the players are protesting now is because of what happened in this CAF Champions League.
We are saying the same thing.
No, it's not the same thing. He has been handling matches before. Nobody protested. In those matches, there might have been calls that he has made wrongly, but nobody has protested. But because now this issue is happening now in this AFCON final, that is why this because Rabat are Moroccan side. Because if that thing has favoured Moroccan side will not come out to it. Had it been Ibrahim Diaz scored that penalty and win that game, they will not come out to protest.
I know.
Now in this aspect now, because Jack Ndala now did not issue out those cards in front of the whole dignity, in front of the whole world. I can tell you that everybody in front of that play celebrated them and they feel like no, this man, even when we were watching the match, we were feeling like no, this man should not end this match like this.
Chima, the good thing is that Jack Ndala himself messed up in the sense that he wouldn't have come out to say that someone called him.
If he did not say that means
he would have just taken the blame.
Why would he take the blame when somebody called at that moment? Because he knows the rules and he said I wanted to do
that shows that he's not really a professional.
He's
unprofessional. He's incompetent.
It depends on where we find ourselves in
that
the
is what I'm telling you.
The world.
That is why I was telling you. The same Infantino now is coming back to lobby Mosepe, to lobby Moroccan F, to lobby South.
Because he wants to contest again.
Because I want to contest it. That's what I'm telling you. That is why I have been here to talk against the North African.
Okay, look at
why is it that every time they do things to favor North Africans?
But the person that made the call now is walking out freely.
That is what I'm saying. That should be the man that should have taken the blame.
Is bearing the consequences.
That man that made the call is a shadow. Ndala is the center. Let me tell you something, Chima. Before the invention of VAR, because lineman has his job, center referee has his job. If the lineman raises his flag, even when the referee sees that it's not offside, he must blow the offside. You know why? The linesman job is to indicate if someone, because he's closer and he can see the line.
Final say.
So if Ndala, right, is the center referee and knows the rules, no matter the level of pressure he will face by any human being.
He wouldn't have bought. He wouldn't have bought.
Do you know that there's a time the last man will raise a flag, and if the referee the last man will remain with that flag until the referee come and ask the last man that what happened. The last man will tell that these boys are not, and they will verify it. Do you know that VAR?
No, before VAR.
From their room, VAR can call, even in EPL,
yes.
VAR can call referee and tell referee without the referee going to the monitor to tell referee that there's a penalty or there's no penalty call, yes. Or this boy is outside. Play on, don't rule it without referee going to check. Have you seen it? I have seen it several times in the EPL. Where without the referee going to the monitor to check, from VAR room they will decide the outcome of the game.
But the same VAR can still come and referee will still take his own penalty.
That point is raised. Yes, just raised now. We see many incidents that maybe the infringement caused in the penalty box is not a core penalty infringement. You know, there are some that will say, you referee, go and verify to see even your own point of view. Check it from outside. If it's a penalty.
That's what I'm telling you.
So the point is that the referee,
all this is happening.
That is why African football is that referee. I am against the administrators of African football.
Need to go back to
because
school.
A whole lot of things have been happening in African football that I'm not okay with.
That referee
How
need to
can
go
you
back
hand
to
over
school.
cup? You are talking about Jackie, but you are talking about people that handed the cup, a trophy, after a game without seeing anything wrong in the match. They didn't start against anything. You handed the trophy to a team and later on go back to say you want to collect. Where has it happened before in Europe?
The decider of that game is the referee.
So what
He's the most powerful man in the pitch.
To CAF and not to us.
No, but you are blaming the man.
But I should blame him. It's my own opinion. I should blame him. It's my opinion.
They will hand over the cup. You know why? The person, the owner, the regulator of that game, the person to say the final thing with his whistle is the referee.
Yes,
so whatever thing the referee concludes.
So if they agree with the referee, why did they go back to collect the cup?
What are you saying? What are you saying now? That was content after game. That is off the pitch. You're talking about his lack of professionalism. He's talking after game. What are you saying?
You need to blame him because he was incompetent in that game.
He was incompetent.
Yes.
So why the referee decision is final? He's incompetent.
Because why CAF went back to collect the cup is because of his incompetency.
Because of his incompetency. But they were there when the incompetency happened.
But so you know that if the man has ended that game like that, do you think CAF would have?
He would have been an hero.
Would have come to collect the cup from Morocco.
He would have been an hero.
If that man has blown that game without listening to that referee, you and I don't know what that man will be suffering for.
He's better the man. He's better the man.
The man also is protecting his own job.
He's better the man is relinquish of his
job
than making a mess of himself.
That's what you see in Africa. The man is protecting his own job. Anyway, that is where he's feeding for.
Jima,
that is why they are protecting him now. That is why they are protecting him.
Jima, you are entitled to your opinion.
Everybody.
Albert is entitled to his opinion. When you go get home today, write an article to CAF.
Why will I write article to CAF?
I blame them.
Of course, I blame them because
remember you told me that Kadose said he has gone through a lot. And he will still go through a lot, and he's coming back from a lot. So do I. So do are you. So is Albert. We all have gone through a lot. We are still going through a lot. We will come back from a lot, and we still go through a lot. But that's it.
But finally, we win. In our lot, we win.
Yeah, Jake Jandala, I will blame you for some certain things because if you are the center referee of that particular day, you would have taken your decision and stood on your words. But a call came in, you budged and disappointed the whole Africa. Now it's affecting your own career.
A ghost call.
I'm totally
Not a ghost call. The name is there. The person is there.
okay.
So it's not a ghost call.
No, it's this topic is very funny, but then we must go. We
The
have
ghost
to go.
call him.
Our producer is signaling seriously. Okay. Fans at home as usual, subscribe, likes, and share. Thank you for having us.